want to touch on something that came out in the Pulse report, the Pavilion Pulse report. So Sam,
what a great piece of content.
Yeah, consistently Pavilion. Okay, so the Feb one is out. Revenue attainment is down 17% from January, with only 49% of companies hitting their targets. Those who missed mentioned tough market conditions, longer sales cycles, and increased churn as reasons. Sentiment is down as well. In December 2023, 29% of execs expected to secure funding this year, but in March, only 4.7% expect to raise money in 2024, even though Carter has reported an increase in capital calls from VCs, and we've had two really successful IPOs. Reddit and Astera Labs went public in the last couple of days and have had successful IPOs, which might actually open up the IPO market, which has downstream effects on liquidity and funding, etc. So, Sam, is this 4.7% expectation that you raise money this overcorrection because people got beaten up a little bit in February and were not expecting it, or is this reasonable? Like, what are your thoughts on this 4.7%? It seemed intense to me.
The call before this one was with a well-known, influencer on LinkedIn who runs a consulting business, who was saying that, two people that run, large consulting businesses, that said this year is performing the same as last year, but it's not performing any better. It's not performing any worse. It's performing the same, which relative to their expectations, I'm only talking about revenue, not cost. So, they might be profitable because they did a bunch of layoffs, but the point is, like, they do not believe, this person did not believe that their sentiment was negative for the reason that they were hoping it would be a better year than it's turned out to be.
Interesting.
Which is effectively what the Pulse report says as well, which is that everybody was hoping there would be a bigger rebound. The economic conditions are stable, but they're not markedly improving. This person also said the summer is going to be very, very tough because of what you just said, the 4.7%, which is a lot of people hoping to raise money that have been holding on by the skin of their teeth.
Interesting.
And are about to go out of business. Now, we've been talking about the wave of people going out of business for as long as we've been doing this podcast. So I don't know why the summer would be any different than today. I think that the wave of shutdowns and consolidation will continue. I think there's going to be more M&A activities. I've talked about M&A activity like Tatango and Catalyst, where no money really changes hands. It's a consolidation to shore up strength in a march towards a bigger enterprise opportunity, over the course of 2025 and 2026. So now, and what do we see at Pavilion? Our new business targets are crushing. Our retention is not. Therefore, we are performing exactly according to plan. Because of overperformance on new business, underperformance on the other side. And I think those things are probably interconnected. But I guess my point is, so I feel where I come out on all of this, and then hand it over back to the two of you, where I come out on all of this is sort of what we've been talking about, which is that the market is not the reason that I'm winning or losing today. That's what I think. I am not attributing any performance to the market. I'm attributing it to execution within the four walls of the company that I'm running. There's an opportunity for great companies to succeed, and there's an opportunity for average companies to fail. And we're not getting a bunch of tailwinds, but we're not getting a bunch of headwinds. That's kind of all you can ask for. That's where I come out on it.
Andrea, how does this year feel compared to last year? Because a lot of people are saying what Sam is saying, but again, like, new business is crushing on Sam's side, which says something about the market. I know at STA we're having a good time this quarter, and we work on sales recruitment, so we can only have good times when other people are having good times. And we've got a number of projects where these are high six-figure projects that all need to be fulfilled in the next 3 to 4 months. And we hadn't had any of those conversations last year. Like, last year was like 1, 2, 3 roles at a time max from a client. Now it's like, hey, we have one that we're talking to right now. The email was, we're going to hire 120 people in the next 6 months, and we need a partner for that. We hadn't had that conversation in a while. So we feel quite different about if we feel good. What are your how is it looking on your end? Like, how does it feel to you this year?
It feels the same as every other year, we We set targets though that were reasonable because we didn't want to spend to and miss, right? Like to Sam's point earlier, like we are we are heading towards profitability. We are a really well-run business. Like kudos to like our CFO and the CEO for always running the business. Like I wouldn't say like in an austere manner because like they have made investments in the past. Some paid off, some didn't, you know, like everybody else. But we set our targets reasonably as well. That's another like wonderful moment to have with my partners to say like, look, can we just plan for a year where we think we're going to like, you know, be right down the fairway versus like, you know, some mega epic like
Yeah.
event.
Yeah.
We just didn't plan on that. So we're not spending to it either. So I would say like, it feels like every other year I've ever had in SaaS.